Well, this is the life, isn't it? Before Bars Rest is joined by John Barber, principal trombone player of the Foden's band. We're also sat in this fantastic Audi R8 Spyder sports car, which has been lent to Four Bars Rest by Audi Macclesfield, and it's a great, tremendous. John, this is the life for us, isn't it?
This is the way things should be.
Bandit in the future will be like this, and we're here as well to talk. You're talking about this is a top of the range car, and you're going to be talking about a little bit of a top of the range instrument, which is the new Courtois AC440 BR trombone. Now, talking about top class engineering, it's got all the gizmos in this car. Most probably does about 150 miles an hour plus. What are you looking for when you're looking for a top of the range trombone like this?
The great thing about this trombone, I was asked by Tim over at Bessing if we try it out, and as someone who's played on the Courtois instrument for quite a few years, it was more of a pleasure rather than a chore to try it out. It's fantastically balanced. The intonation throughout the instrument is just what you expect. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but we talk about instruments, the balance is great, it feels good, and it's so well put together. But it really is. And the issue I had with previous trombones is sometimes, especially within the brass band market, there wasn't the opportunity. It's not that it's bright, but just to really project that sound. And this has served me well, and it's been able to sort of come with me on the orchestral work I've done as well as the brass band stuff. It helped us out great at the British Open, and again next week at the Nationals. So no, it's put together fantastically, balances really well, and it's pretty much everything that I personally would be looking for in an instrument.
Talk about the technical aspects of it. Yeah. When you're looking at the trombone, you talk about the way it's actually put together. Yeah. How does that then project itself with you? You're a top class player, everybody knows that, but how does that help you as a player develop? Especially you talk about crossover from brass band and the orchestral role.
There's something about, obviously the instrument's a large bore instrument, but the danger is if the instrument's too bright, that it can't fit into the orchestral side of things. If it's too dark, yes, it can be used in a brass band, but it actually makes the endurance side of it hard. You've got to be able to punch out, with the cornet players of the other side. We're there to kind of add some edge to it as well. So actually, it's just a nice, healthy balance. It's so well kind of thought through, and obviously based on it's had a close association with, or they've based it largely on other designs that have been very popular, and they've really taken the time to get it right. It's difficult to kind of paraphrase it. It does everything you'd expect it to do.
But it offers flexibility for the player as well. I think that's the important part as well. As I say, nowadays you need a full range of things. Brass bands especially have to play so many different genres and different styles. So an instrument such as this offers that ability to do that.
It does offer that, and as I say, as you're right, when you sort of talk about the music that the brass bands have to play, there's a whole spectrum. It's a real sort of portfolio of different styles and sounds, where you could be playing anything from music from the 1920s up to jazz arrangements or whatever. And in fact, even in our concert tonight, I think we're doing something where there's this stand-up solo. And again, the idea that you can sort of turn it to really bring out the best of whatever the composer had in mind. This instrument facilitates that, and I'm looking forward to working with it for quite a few years.
Well, John, many thanks for joining us at Four Bars Rest. Now we're off to have a quick test drive in this quite fabulous car that will be given us by Audi Macclesfield. John's going to play a few notes as we go along, as we make our way through Sandbach Town. So join us again as we talk to some other great stars from the best and stable of artists, talking about some of their great instruments, and hopefully I'll still have this car to interview them in. Thanks.